Hey, what's going on, folks? I wanted to talk about this theory that not only did Hitler survive World War II, but that the Nazis might have actually won the Second World War. And I want to present the evidence to you. Now, the first piece is this FBI document that alleges Hitler lived after World War II and was surviving in Argentina or somewhere in South America. If you look, it says the title of this report is A Report on Hitler's Hideout. It says that they have a contact which claims to have aided six top Argentine officials in hiding Adolf Hitler upon his landing by submarine in Argentina. Hitler was also reported to be hiding out in the foothills of the southern Andes Mountains. There's also some CIA documents that have some similar information. So moving on from there, this should show you that, hey, if this is documented, that means it's not necessarily a conspiracy once the facts are put out there. Our own government did discuss this, did investigate this. We also have the fact that if you research some top Nazi officials, many of them were actually given important posts on the world stage after World War II. For example, many people know that Werner von Braun became one of the heads of NASA's rocket programs after World War II. He helped design a lot of our rockets, and this man was an unrepentant Nazi. You had Walter Hallstein, who became the head of the EU, European Union Commission. Adolf Husinger, who became NATO's chief of staff. Again, NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. You have Kurt Waldheim, who became the Secretary General of the United Nations. So again, if these were terrible people who committed war crimes and completely evil, what does that say about us and the Western European governments who gave these people these important positions? Either we're being lied to about the history, or maybe these guys actually won. Okay. Another interesting factoid about this is that if you look into it, the Russians claim to have recovered a fragment of Hitler's skull from his alleged suicide in a bunker in Berlin at the end of the war. And more recently in history, this skull fragment has been tested with DNA and proven to be a female's skull. So we're being lied to on a lot of levels here. Why else would they test this if they knew it wasn't his? Obviously, they're trying to hide something. Okay. Then finally, I thought this was really interesting. If you go and look into John F. Kennedy, he kept a personal diary. And at one point in his life, when he was a bit younger, he was traveling through Europe. And recently, this diary went up on auction, and it was revealed that in his diary, JFK wrote that Hitler had the stuff of which legends are made. And if you go a little further into what he said, JFK said, "You can easily understand how that within a few years Hitler will emerge from the hatred that surrounds him now as one of the most significant figures who ever lived." JFK also said that Hitler had boundless ambition for his country, which rendered him a menace to the peace of the world. But he had a mystery about him in the way he lived and in the manner of his death that will live and grow after him. He had in him the stuff which legends are made. Again, notice he says about him in the way he lived and the manner of his death. Maybe JFK knew something. Okay, obviously his family has a lot of organized crime ties. This man went on to be president, so he is well connected. It is possible he had some insider information. But again, none of this is suggesting that I sympathize with Nazis or support Nazis. I do believe that they are socialist, puke-faced, jackbooted thugs. Have very little respect for them. But I am interested in history. I am interested in conspiracy. So that's why I did want to share this information with you. Again, our own government has documented through our intelligence agencies and groups like the FBI that Hitler might have lived. So check this information out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate your time. God bless.